Hi folks, Chef Steve from the Apple Farm, and today I'm making braised beef short ribs. It's a slow wet cooking method that blends flavors, softens tough textures, it turns the collagen into gelatin, and the gelatin gets into the dish at the end, makes a really rich texture to the sauce. But before we get started, I would like to talk about some of the ingredients I got here. I've got a lot of local ingredients going into this dish. Stuff that I got from the local farmers markets, stuff that I got from local ranchers. If you look right here, this is the only ingredient that I have that is not from a local source. These vegetables, celery, carrots, onions, this parsley, this all came from local farmers market. Bautista Farms from Arroyo Grande, Big John's for the potatoes. I got garlic from Fresno. I have lemons from Cambria. I've got this extra virgin California olive oil. Came from Paso Robles, California. They're growing great olives up there for olive oil. I got this big fat Syrah from Bianchi Vineyards. It's a 2006 Syrah. It's going to be great in there. All right. I'm really excited about all this local ingredients. We've got some of the best stuff available. We're right next to the ocean. We got orchards. We've got small farms. We've got ranches. They're surrounded by vineyards and wineries making world-class wines. Some of the best wines available. So let's get started on these beef ribs. Right now I've got this pan going here. Got a little bit of oil in here. It's a little canola oil. You want to use canola oil. You don't want to use this. Waste your extra virgin California olive oil on this because it might burn anyway. So let's talk about the ribs a little bit. These came from Hearst Ranch. Hearst Ranch is a local ranch that's been there since 1865. They're making great beef products. It's all natural, grass-fed, no hormones. So what we want to do with these beef ribs to get started is to brown them. And when you brown them, we're going to introduce a lot of flavor into there. You're going to get a burnt caramelized sugar flavor. It's going to have hundreds of different chemical reactions happening inside there to make some really, really beautiful flavors that are going to finish in the sauce, because these are all going to intermingle with the vegetables and my braising liquid. It's going to be great. So I'm going to put these in the hot oil right now to get them started. You want to make sure they get brown all the way around. You don't want to crowd the pan. If you crowd the pan, you're going to start losing some liquid in there. You're going to start boiling it instead of frying it. To brown properly, it's going to take about 10 minutes. So give it some time. But I got some here that I did earlier. I'll show you right now. Right here. This is what we're looking for. We want them nice and brown. Look at that. We got a lot of flavor that happened there now. From the raw to the brown beef ribs, a lot of caramelization going on. It's going to create a wonderful finish to this dish. So if you got a pan like this at home, a casserole pan, something just like this, take your ribs, and we're going to put them right in here. Just like this. You don't have to do anything fancy with these because they're all going to just bathe in this braising liquid that I've made. So we got our beef ribs in here. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to add some liquid to this. We're going to have to add some vegetables. I got a mirepoix that I'm going to make with some celery. You're going to chop up a little celery. It doesn't have to be perfect, folks. Just chop this up real quick. This is all going to go in there, and in the end, it's coming out. They're not staying for the whole party. They're just, the beef ribs are the star of the show. This is just the supporting cast. So we're going to just put that right in the pan like that. I got some carrots. Local farms are wonderful. The farmers really take care of the earth. They are concerned. They rotate their crops. They don't use pesticides or sprays. Most of them are using organic practices. So we're going to get some carrots in there. Just like that. I'm going to add out a little onion. We've got to have some onion in there. Onion is going to be in there, and it's going to have a fun time while it's in there roasting away in that hot jacuzzi we're going to put in there with some wine and beef stock. So we got a little bit of onion. Give it a quick chop. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is all going to go in there. It's coming out at the end anyway. Give that a quick chop. All right, let's get it all in there. Perfect. Okay. I forgot to put in the garlic. We can't forget the garlic. I'm going to put a little garlic, like maybe 5 cloves. Just give them a little smash with your knife. Again, you don't have to be perfect with this. You don't even have to chop these up. Just give them a little smash. Smash. smash them up. Throw them right in there. Join the party here. They're coming out at the end, so they don't have to be perfect. Now we got all this in here. We got the onions. I got the carrots. I've got garlic. I've got celery. Now we're going to add some aromatics. And the aromatics I'm using right now are going to be some fresh thyme. I grew this in my garden, folks. This is as fresh as it gets. Just put it right on top there. Doesn't have to be perfect again. All this stuff is just a supporting cast. The beef ribs are the star. They're coming out at the end. I'm going to put a few peppercorns in there. Pepper goes with everything. Pepper goes on beef, pepper goes on chicken, pepper goes on eggs. You put pepper on your salads. We're going to put a little peppercorn in there for this. Bay leaves. Now bay leaves are a great thing to put in here. They're astringent. They got a really high note. They're going to shine through that richness of the beef and the stock and the red wine that we're going to put in there. We got almost everything that we need in here. Now we need to put the braising liquid. I got some beef stocks, about 6 cups. Now I'm going to pour that right on top. Remember, you don't have to use homemade. You can go to the store, buy some. It's going to be great because we're going to add some red wine. Right here, I got this Syrah. It's a great big fat red from Bianchi up in Paso Robles, California. They're making some great wines up there. This is a 2006 Syrah. Syrah is going to go in this dish. Really, it's going to work magic in there. When you put this in your oven at home and it starts cooking, the smell is going to drive you crazy. It smells so good to have red wine cooking in your kitchen. We're going to add about 2 cups of this red now, okay? You can eyeball it, pour it in there like this. A little bit for me. All right. So we're all set to go here with the beef ribs. All I got to do is cover it with foil. We're going to cook these for a long time in the oven. It's going to take about 3.5 hours at 325 degrees. So we're going to get these in the oven right now. All right. Now, what are we going to serve it on? I'm going to serve mine on smashed potatoes. What's the difference between mashed potatoes and smashed potatoes, you want to know? Mashed potatoes are usually done mechanically with an electric whip or a whisk. Smashed potatoes, all you need is a spoon, a bowl, and your hand. So, I got some potatoes here that I have been cooking. You're going to cook these for about 20 minutes till they're nice and tender. Got these from Big John. Put these into the bowl. Now with the smashed potatoes, you can make them any kind of consistency you want. This is a great thing about these. I do like a nice smooth mash, but a nice chunky rustic style smash is good too. You want to make them chunky, you want to make them less chunky, just depends on how much effort you put in and how much you're going to stir it. So break them up in the bowl. You can see what I'm doing here like this. I'm going to add a little bit of butter. A little bit of butter. I'm going to add a lot of butter. Okay? Smash those around. We're going to add a little bit of half and half. That's going to make it, give it a little bit of smoothness. And then just for fun, I'm going to add some chives that I grow at home. Very nice. A little salt and pepper. And then you just smash away. I got some rustic style mashed potatoes here, folks. Gonna give them a little taste. Check them for seasoning. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna keep these warm. And then we're gonna make a gremolata. A gremolata is an Italian condiment, and you put this on beef, braised beef short ribs. So we're gonna make it in the Italian style. I got some flat leaf parsley. We're just going to chop that up. This doesn't have to be perfect. Just give it a good chop. Now, if you don't have flat leaf parsley at home, you can use regular parsley. The curly parsley will work just fine. I prefer this just because it's keeping to the tradition of the Italian gremolata. Okay, we're going to put this into a bowl. Got a little bit of garlic. I'm going to put some garlic in here. So I'm going to smash this down. I'm going to chop this up. Now you want to chop this up a little bit fine. You don't want somebody to get a big old chunk of garlic, walk around with that raw garlic on their breath. Okay, a little bit of garlic. Add that right in there just like that. A little bit of lemon zest. Now some people might use a microplaner. That's a thing that looks like a wood chop tool, and you just scrape it on there like that and it comes out nice and fine. But I like to use this little handy tool right here. It's a lemon zester and it gives nice long strands of zest. You see that? So we're going to put all this zest that we can get off the lemon in there. Just going to work it around, work it around. This lemon is giving up all of its zest for this dish. Then we're going to cut this lemon in half. We're not done with the lemon. We're going to add some of the juice from this lemon. Okay. A little more juice. Okay. Now, we're going to put a little extra virgin California olive oil in there. Just give it a little pour right there. A little salt and pepper. Give it a stir. And we have got our gremolata. The gremolata is going to add a great flavor to this dish. It's going to cut through the richness of the beef. It's going to shine through. It's going to mix in there, and it's going to be just absolutely fantastic. So now, we're going to get around to the beef ribs now. I have this dish that I already made. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out of here. We'll put them right here on this platter, keep them warm. Now if you get any of that stuff on there, just put it right back into the pot. Just lost a bone there, that's okay. We'll recover it later. Okay, we're getting all these beef ribs out of here. You go back. And we're going to keep these warm while we make the sauce. So to make the sauce, we'll put those right there. We're going to give them a little cover of foil to keep them warm. And then we need to strain the sauce out of there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this sauce, I'm going to strain it into another container. That is going to be so fantastic. The flavors are going to intensify because we're going to take this sauce and we're going to reduce it a little bit. We're going to take some of the water out of there. It's going to get thick. It's going to intensify the flavors. All the flavor from the caramelization that we put on the beef, all of the flavors that we got from the wine, blending in with all those vegetables. It's going to be fantastic. Push some of that juice out. You want to get all that flavor out of those carrots and all the celery and all the onion and the garlic that we put in there. Gave themselves up for this dish. Okay, we'll put that there. Now, you're going to have a lot of fat in here. So what you want to do, you're going to get a ladle and strain some of that out of there. You definitely don't want all that taking up space in your final dish. Okay, once you got that strained out, once you got it skimmed off, get the fat off of there, put it into a pot. I got some here that I made earlier. You're going to cook it until it gets about this consistency right here. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the color. All right. Okay, let's plate this dish. I got my smashed potatoes. Hello, smashed potatoes. Let's put those right there like that. That's a good portion. I got my beef ribs. Now, I got enough here for about 4 people. If you're really hungry, put 3 on the plate. If you're not so hungry, you can put 2 on the plate. I'm really hungry. I'm going to put 3 on this plate. Just place them right on there like that. Look at that. Don't those look good? Beautiful. Okay? I'm going to take my sauce. We're going to pour a little bit of this sauce on there. Just right on top, a little bit over the potatoes. Just for fun, we're going to give a little drink to the plate like this, right around here. Beautiful sauce. Wonderful color. Okay. We got our Italian condiment, our gremolata. We're going to put some of this on here. Just put a little bit on top of the ribs like that. Look at that, folks. Doesn't that look good? I'm going to put a little on the plate for fun, just in case you want to scoop some up with that sauce. And here we have it. Braised beef short ribs with smashed potatoes. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's good. Oh, the red wine is coming through. You can taste the herbs and the aromatics. The smashed potatoes are wonderful. The sauce is intense. The gremolata adds a nice high note to this. Folks, this is great. Got to tell you again, with a little bit of effort, you can get out there, you can find all these ingredients locally. Look what I did. Everything on here, practically everything from a local source, from our local farmers that are taking care of our earth, from the ocean, from the ranches, from the vineyards. We've got it all right here on the Central Coast. I'm Chef Steve from the Apple Farm Restaurant. Thank you for watching, and remember, it doesn't take a lot of effort to eat like a restaurant chef. Thanks for watching.